Hey yo, what's good? If you don't know who I am, I'm Corrosive. I'm just bringing you a double dose today. And honestly, this game was a game I really wanted to play when I first had seen the sneaks of this game from some of my favorite streamers that got their hands on this game early. And the fact that I saw that it was free in the Steam store, I was like, I gotta give it a try. And if you guys don't know, this game is dark and darker. So we're gonna figure out what this game is about. And this is actually gonna be one of my first runs in the game. And honestly, like, this game's just mad fun, bro. Like, the only real problem about this game right now is the fact that ain't nobody playing this shit. So it might take 5 to like 10 minutes to get into a queue. Funny enough, it took longer for me to get in a queue during the day than it did at night. So maybe when it's dark out, people tend to play dark and darker, which is very apt. I feel like the people who are really gonna enjoy this game, anybody who likes RuneScape, Dungeons and Dragons, this is the shit for you. So this game, you obviously gotta pick your class, like what you want to do, right? This game just hits that. If I could describe this game, it's kind of like RuneScape's, like, dungeon. RuneScape's like rogue dungeon brother, like his like evil little brother. Like this version hits all those notes without with the quest lines, which are kind of easy to do, to what I could see. And all you really have to do is survive and, like, play your game. And this game is great. And though there are some, like, the stat factors and things, and there are like effective builds and stuff like that, I don't know too much about the game. Again, this is only literally 4 hours of me playing this game, and this is what I found, right? And I was having a blast the entire time. Like, even to like create this, thinking of how to flesh out my idea of how I even want to make this video. It's something fun. Like, I could go so many different avenues about it, just as soon as I get good at playing this game for what it is, right? But for right now, I'm gonna just show you guys what my initial interactions were with this game off my first couple of interactions with it. And yeah, hopefully you guys enjoy it. If you're new to Dark and Darker, let's learn together. And if you're not, and you're a seasoned vet, let me know how to build a warlock, because honestly, warlocks are like, the warlock class is kind of challenging, because instead of using mana, you use health to cast spells. And that's cool, but it's also like a detriment, right? Because you have to manage your health very like tentatively. You can't really let your health elude you in at any point. And you don't want to frontline it at all. That's something that I had to learn the hard way in a couple of my runs. I normally kind of like, just, y'all already know, I'm kind of like Zoro. I do wander off, right? And sometimes I do kind of want to like run to help people, right? And some instances, as a warlock, I gotta get in melee range, and as a low level, your health goes by very fast, and sometimes it'll go by too quickly, so it's a little dangerous. It can be a little dangerous, but that's part of the fun, especially when you got your backpack's full. You're feeling kind of like you really do feel like Finn and Jake in the dungeon, on the dungeon train, right? And that feeling, in my opinion, can be really addicting, because you just want to grab all of the things that you might think is important, right? But to my untrained eyes, right, everything's fucking important. So I'm grabbing gems, I'm getting all the coins, I'm trying to put clothes in the bag because I'm trying to sell it later, you know what I mean? But, like, again, for my character right now, I don't even know what items I should really be looking for, stuff like that, is, because obviously I think being a warlock, and like, look, they even allow you to get drunk, which is funny. Imagine you just do a whole dungeon run as your character is drunk as fuck, and then every time your character takes a drink, you take a drink. Like this game is hilarious, dude. And you know, like it's just so enjoyable. It's so like it's just so goofy, you know what I mean? And like again to the untrained eye, you don't know what to grab, but you want to grab everything. You want to kind of just dive deeper into this dungeon. And if you guys didn't know, in my Adventure Time series, I'm always looking to explore. I'm always wanting to go into the dungeons. And the fact that this game is only dungeons, it's like it's like telling me that there is a an albino alligator, and it's guaranteed to have a bunch of albino babies, and it's pregnant right now. Like, I'm gonna take a couple of eggs, you know what I mean? Like, I gotta see it, you know what I'm saying? I gotta have some of it, you know what I'm saying? So like, this game is a treat. I can say, even after the few hours that I've played right now, I can see myself going back and playing it a multitude of times. Though on Steam it had some mixed reviews. In my opinion, I don't see how there's a problem with this game. Again, it looks really good. I don't personally like first-person games. I kind of like seeing and like viewing things from a third person, from the back of the head. But the way they do this, the way they set up this game, like it's not bad at all. Like I love how it is, you know what I mean? And I could even see this being, if it's not already a VR game, I could see this easily being a VR game. Like, they already plays kind of similarly to a VR game. And yeah, this game's great. I wish that the queues weren't so long, I want to kind of like learn, because there's there's perks and like different spells you can learn. And honestly, I feel like spellcasters are probably going to be where the fun really shines in this game. But yeah, yeah, like this is my first real dive. I was having a blast. I found a lot of good people too. Like, I ran into some more experienced players than I, and when you find them, or when they find you, it's very obvious. You know what I mean? They'll mess with you in a lot of funny ways, a lot of silly ways, but it's all harmless at the end of the day. And again, there's even a PvP function, so there's even more to explore when it comes to this game, and there's more havoc that this game really has prepared for players, which I think is a glorious idea. You know what I mean? Like, it makes it hard for this game to seem stale, right? And that's kind of what games kind of need, is that longevity factor and that grind factor. This game is purely grind. It's purely grind. It's purely what you put in is what you get out, so long as you survive, right? And like, again, like, that aspect is beautiful to me, because so far, from all my runs, you know what I'm saying, I have gotten some nice things, though I have lost those things because, again, like, being new to the world and learning how to survive is challenging. But again, wanting to embark on the next journey without feeling dismayed and feeling like there's no chance is something that I've never gotten. Though that there is a funny moment, a little blooper, but I'll show that probably at the end of the video. This game just has like everything for you, and no matter what player you are, what type of player you are, whether you're an archer, you're a bow lover, you know what I'm saying, you're a sword wielder, you're a mage, or you're a spell sword like me, or a fucking paladin. The paladins go dummy in this game. From what I could see, there's literally something for everybody, and they even have different races too, which I want to really explore. But that's more of a paywall than a customizable thing, which is fine. You know what I'm saying? What really should be the focus of the game is you grinding and fucking with other players and stuff like that. But yeah, I would have liked to at least make my character black, but that's just me though. You know what I'm saying? But the fact that they put dark elves in the game, I'm not mad at it. If y'all don't know, if I was isekai, it'd probably be a dark elf. Just is what it is, bro. And this is the first game I've actually seen dark elves in, so it gets a gold star from me, bro, just off that alone. Cause like people want to put in elves, but they forget that dark elves are also a thing, and then they get ignored. And then it's just like, bro, like what the fuck? Like there are this offshoot. You know what I'm saying? They do exist. They are a thing. But anyway, that's just a little. I am a fantasy guy. I like fantasy shit. So this is again right up my alley. If you love old timey, you know, fucking Knights of the Templar, fucking dungeon crawling. Again, if you wanted to live that dungeon train experience, this is it. You know what I'm saying? This is the drug for you. Like, you know what I'm saying? You're gonna love it. If you're a grinder like I am, like it's great. Like I only can harken it to RuneScape because it hit that same kind of like addictive, like like OG RuneScape vibe of, oh, I gotta get on every day, play a couple of hours just to get a couple of quests done, you know, grind out some gear, you know what I'm saying? Hopefully I can grab some good gear. And the monsters are such an interesting thing about it. These things, these stinky motherfuckers, oh my god, the gas blocks the door and I'm dead. GG's. But it's alright, we're gonna pop right back into the next one. Alright, so I'm into my next raid, and again, genuinely, I don't know what I want to look for, or what I want to put predominantly on my like search list. Obviously, healing of any kind is a must. But again, this game is kind of like a medieval version of Rust. So it's like, I don't want to put myself in too crazy of a situation, right? I like this sword, you know what I mean? But I don't know if I can put a shield to it. I'm kind of sad that I can't use an orb with it, because like, again, I feel like where this class really shines is doing spells. And if I can't do spells, I just feel like I'm not using my class correctly. And so again, this is where a little bit of research comes in, because once I get to like level, it's not even hard to level in this game too. It's fairly easy. Like, again, within 4 hours roughly, I got, maybe 3 hours roughly, I got to like level 12. So that's pretty crazy. And by like level 15, I want to say I have a general idea of where I want my build to go. So again, that's where my research is gonna come in handy, right? And see, look, you can even dodge attacks too. You just gotta be quick. There again, there are stats, right? For me right now, my stats are, my stats impede movement by a lot for some reason, and that's kind of what I want to fix, is keep my resistances high, but also let me move like mildly quickly. I've been seeing in one of my other games how this guy, he had like he was a mage, but he could jump freaking high. He'd cast a spell and he'd basically fly. And you know, it's just interesting, you know, the different variations, the spells, and how different you can attack and stuff. Like, this game has, it's at least to the untrained eye, right? And that's kind of what you want, right? And you know, at the higher end of the game, I know it would probably stale out, but I believe where this game really shines is going to be like that, the unpredictability in the PvP PvE mode, where you can fight everybody. And look, we even found another group of weary travelers, you know what I'm saying, and we're all just chilling by a fire, which is fucking lit, you know what I'm saying. And look, they're jolly dudes, you know what I'm saying. Ain't nobody like, you know what I'm saying. Like, don't get me wrong, if it was PvP, we'd probably be fighting to the death right now, but you know what I'm saying, like, it's not, so we're all good, you know what I'm saying. So, you know, I love that. It's a positive community, even though it's like there's very few of us, you know. When I first like learned of this game too, like, I had seen that certain classes get like certain ailments, and that's kind of why I like Warlock is because I can imbue like status effects and status buffs to my team and enemies. So like being able to play with that a little bit more is something that I'm really interested in, just to like tweak and like really figure out how to play this character, like this class optimally, is probably something I'm gonna pour a decent amount of time in until, you know, I run out of time, or until, you know, maybe I'm blessed with more time. But I digress. Suffice it to say, this game's a journey. I bumped into a Mimic and I'm like, what in the fuck? Like, you guys don't understand how happy or how elated I was when I bumped into my first Mimic. I was like, I've only seen Mimics in some of my favorite mangas, and, you know, in stories that I like to read when I was like younger, and like kind of currently now I read more manga now than like random fantasy. But yeah. So fighting a Mimic was kind of like the biggest what the fuck moment in my life. I'm over here screaming like, I'm not gonna die to this Mimic. I'm gonna loot this motherfucker. I know he has some nice shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm amped. You know what I'm saying? I'm pumped to see what this guy has. Like, what you got for me, bro? You know what I'm saying? Open up. I felt almost like, if you guys don't know about the reincarnated Seventh Prince, the manga, he actually fights a Mimic as like the most recent final boss of like the manga, right? And I just had flashbacks to that, and I'm just kind of like, bro, I just want to see the loot that you dropped for me. And, you know, he dropped like a magic shield, and, you know, it was one of those things where I was like, I gotta make it back to the base and drop this off in the bank. You know what I'm saying? And suffice to say, I end up losing it, but like the fact that it's out there makes you want to go look for it again. You know what I'm saying? There's so much gear and like different stuff. Like, I want to see if like there are even different orbs that like maybe give me different spells of some kind, or have better like stats for me to use. You know what I'm saying? Like say because there are some perks where I heal off of certain things, so maybe I get an orb that helps me like heal off of spells and stuff like that. You know what I mean? Like there are some vampiric aspects to the Warlock class, so I'm trying to see if there are weapons, you know, weapons that help with that kind of gameplay, that kind of strat. Because again, if I can drain off of every hit and every spell I cast, when I lose health to cast a spell and I gain health to hit, like, you know what I'm saying, I now have this infinite well of just raw damage I can utilize. When I saw that motherfucker the first time, I'm like, if there are multiple of these hoes and they're bigger, I'm gonna freak the fuck out. You hear them skittering like fucking monsters, bro. Like, ugh, you know what I'm saying? Ugh. I don't like, bro. And they squeal, bro. I know if there's, because I know there's a boss here, right? I know that there are bosses in this game, right? If one of the bosses is like a gigantic fuck off spider, bro, I'm tripping, dog. It got pus on its abdomen. I gotta get out. I gotta get out. You know what I'm saying? I gotta go. That's just freaky. Okay, guys. Real question. How big does something that's normally small have to be until it makes you nervous? For me, it's about the size of my head. If it's bigger than my head and it's normally really small, I just instinctually get like fucking, I get nervous. I get sick to my stomach. I have to leave. Like, it makes me itchy. You know what I'm saying? Like, I gotta peel out, you know? Like, for instance, it don't even gotta be a bee. Like, say it's like a wasp, right? But the stinger is the size of my arm. I gotta go. We gotta like unless we setting the whole vicinity on fire, okay? Where I'm not staying. You know what I mean? Like shout out to all my Australian folk out there. Like, y'all got some balls of steel, bro. I don't know how y'all live well, I mean, obviously, I do my research, right? And I know the spiders that are bigger than your head, they're not violent. They're more, they're passive, right? They're actually more afraid of you than you are of them. But y'all still live around them, and y'all niggas had to fuck around and find out with them bitches. Y'all know what I'm saying? So the fact that y'all even had the gumption to fuck around and find out, y'all got balls of steel in my book. You know what I'm saying? Y'all cool with me. If I ever got some problems down in the backwoods, bro, and I got an Australian nigga with me, I know for sure he probably got me, because them niggas, they know everything about everything when it comes to the wild. All right, potentially, depending on if you're an outdoors person or not. But yeah. Side note, I wonder if in Australia it's easier to learn how to hunt out there, because it literally just sticks and twigs out there. And I know they like, I want to say they like Texas, but I ain't been there for real, so I don't want to be like, oh yeah, they like Texas, they like going outside for real, and then somebody from Australia like, oh hell no, he didn't do, no we don't do that over here, you know what I'm saying? We do some other shit, you know. But anyway, we into my next excursion. The first one was a success. Hooray! Whoopee! But yeah, let's see if we can't get another dub on our on the board for us. All right. Well, at least. So yeah, just let's all pretend I put a what are they called? Confetti celebration effect. You know what I'm saying? When I escape, I don't have one, so I'm gonna just put one, and we're gonna pretend like I put a correct one, right? And look, again, I found. Look, I got trapped. What the hell? What the hell? Oh my God! Jesus! What the fuck was that? And this is what I'm talking about too. Like, there's so much to learn. It's ridiculous, man. But yeah, like I found some good old boys. Just, you know what I'm saying, living and trying to do a good time. Now, if I'm gonna keep it a stack with y'all, I just want to lead this bitch, because again, I got mollywopped and I got stunned by this fat ass bird. I didn't even know it could stun. Like, I didn't even know the monsters could stun you for real until I found this bitch. And you know, lo and behold, the class that these niggas run, I'm pretty sure this is a paladin class. It's looking busted as fuck. Y'all gonna see in a second. That's his heal. It takes him a grip and a half, but you know, they kill here. And this is where this is gonna be into the next topic of cons. You run certain people or certain classes together, and they probably run pretty well. Mika Vista. The fuck? Talking about, let me pray to Jesus real quick. The fact that they can heal perma and they can do something else. Watch. When they did this shit, I was dumbfounded. I was flabbergasted. I'm like, what the hell? Are they putting my soul back in my body? Well, damn. I had to, you know what I'm saying? I had to show my appreciation. That's crazy shit. But yeah, like, I feel like it's funny to say, but you have a paladin and a warlock on your team, and you might just have the startup of a broken combo, because they heal me for every spell I cast. And that means I could just spam some of my more deadly spells without any real repercussions. That's kind of fucked up. But like in a PvP sense, that's busted as hell. Like, I know of one spell that if they're even around my level, they just insta die. It's not this one. It's the big fireball that y'all be seeing me use. That shit is strong as hell, and it kills. There's like it's a guarantee. It's a guarantee kill. Like 90% of the time. I have not found a monster that has withstood one of those. Like I literally haven't. If I hit him once with my sword and then I cast the fireball, they're fucking dead. I don't care what it is. If I cast it twice, if I have to cast it twice, everything in that line is dead. You know what I'm saying? And it's so dumb. I think of because I did see some PvP, right? Like somebody try to bust down the door and I shoot 2 of them things through the door and that's how the door break and they holding the door, then they gonna get hit with a chunk, boy. And then I think like I gain health off the hit. After I cast, I'm full health again. I'm waiting to see what my front line wants to do. I'm waiting to see what my third person wants to do. If they setting up the arrows to start knocking niggas, and then we playing a game, right? Who gonna die first? And I'm pretty sure it's not gonna be my team. And then I curse niggas. I start cursing niggas once they start showing, or if they in my range to curse a nigga. It's a mess. It becomes a mess, and it's just super hard to deal with. And you know that's why I enjoy this class, and like I'm enjoying this game a lot because there's so much to discover for me right now, right? Again, I haven't really seen too much of what the negative reviews be talking about. I saw one nigga talking about this thing gave his computer malware, and I'm looking at him like my shit running fine, bro. Like I don't know if that's just you, but my shit running hella good. You know what I'm saying? Like I ain't got no problem. But yeah, it's interesting. You know what I'm saying? People had their grievances with the game, but like I think another one that I remember hearing was that one the game developer or dev to this game, like the head honcho, he just didn't listen to the community and he wanted to just employ his vision, whatever that is. Well, if this is his vision, like I think it's pretty nice. I think it's pretty nice. Like there's nothing to really hate about this game other than like there's nothing really I can say negatively about this game so far that I've seen. Like, again, I feel like the monsters are interesting, unique. I just fought a flying head bat. There are mummies everywhere. Some of the mummies fart. There's a red skeleton, a white skeleton, and maybe many more. You know what I'm saying? The only thing that bothers me is when I see a chest, I can't open the chest. I get upset because I want stuff in it. But again, like the game is great. Like I generally don't see what the hate is or where the hate comes from. But again, maybe over time, like I'll find it, and you know me, like just like with Soulframe, right? After I put about like 8 hours in that bitch, I started figuring out, hey man, what the fuck going on with this, that, and the third, and I talk about it. You know, I ain't afraid. They ain't paying me to say anything, like, you know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna say what I feel, you know? And, you know, the game, at the start, really solid. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, for the beginner, like, if you just want to get into shit, you want to fuck shit up, and you trying to, like, figure out what you can do, this, that, and the third, like, this game really just got it for you. You know what I'm saying? They're like, hey, you know what? It's not too hard to do the shit. Honestly, and the fact that I was literally thinking that there was an invisible wall preventing me from walking forward. Like, I was genuinely confused. I was like, am I stepping on a rock? Or, like, because I did crouch. I did crouch at the start of this. And then look. What the hell? That was weird. Alright? That was weird. And the fact that I caught that on camera, you're like, y'all see me? That was weird. But yeah. Game's pretty fun. Like, I don't know. Like, I really want to just fight the boss and, like, experience that, see what type of shit it drops. Hopefully it drops, like, I want them to drop, like, I want the monsters to drop specific, class-specific stuff, but I already know that's not the case. They just drop whatever they drop, and if it's for your class,
we got lucky and shit, but you know, that's probably the one thing that I would want off the boss is some class specific shit. But like again, if it doesn't, all good. I'll just sell the shit, make money. Another thing that I'm curious on is if the loot that the merchants sell are actually like relevant, but at the same time, who knows? You know, who knows at all? But yeah, like I'm excited to just be able to dive deeper into this maze of a dungeon, into this labyrinth that's created for the player, to see like how far it goes. Look, bro, I got jumped. I got hit from the back. I didn't even know what hit me. I didn't even hear it, dude. I just fell over. I'm like, dude, what? And then all of a sudden, it's my dog Solo Dolo, right? And I'm thinking to myself, what happened to the other dude? You know what I'm saying? Did he just insta die too, like me? In my mind, I'm thinking to myself, did my teammate spell kill me? Because warlocks, like, apparently warlocks have like a weakness to like holy magic or divine magic, one of the two. And so in my mind, I'm thinking to myself, did that holy magic just kill my ass? Like, it makes sense if it did. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't be mad if it did. I just, you know what I'm saying, at the same time, like, what the fuck? They can hit me and it do no damage, but they cast a spell and I die? That's some weird shit. Alright, so they managed to res me. Let's go. And you know what that means, guys? It means we need to get the fuck up out of here. That was an omen, right? And if y'all don't know, when an omen happens, you need to get your shit and dip. Because that means some shit's about to happen and you ain't going to be able to come back a third time, alright? So I'm going to just, you know what I'm saying? I'm going to get my shit. Something happened to my shirt. I don't know what happened to my shirt. Whatever, I'm going to rock it no shirt. And I'm going to get the fuck out. I didn't even know how he did that. He summoned that for real. And I'm over here thinking to myself, like, these niggas really are just, like, more knowledgeable than I. Because I found those, like, little spires on the ground. And I was not able to activate them. It was so upsetting. But yeah, we out here. And with that, guys, that makes it, we are now 2 for 2. And here is going to be the little funny moments, the little blooper in my first experience, right? And in this experience, honestly, I just wanted to see the boss. I wanted to see it. I wanted to, like, experience it. I wanted to look, get some information, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's not going to hurt nobody. I ain't got no good gear and shit, you know what I'm saying? I've been dying back and forth, and I've been losing a lot of good stuff, you know? So I just kind of wanted to experience the boss, see what the fight pattern was like, you know, gain some information, some intel, if you will, for maybe a future video for y'all, you know? So yeah, like, I ran into these interesting cats, right? And I was trying to see if I couldn't find the boss area, right? Though I won't lie to you guys, when I first when I got into this game, the boss battle was not really on my mind. Again, I just came in with the idea to fill my bag up, you know what I'm saying, with a bunch of stuff that I wanted to sell. But you'll see how quickly that changes in a moment. And like, I like to say the fights are actually challenging. Like, especially at the lower levels, the skeletons do like two-shot you almost. So like being prepared and being like ready is important. You know what I'm saying? Being able to dodge, know when to attack, when to keep like back up and stuff like that, knowing when to hit and stuff like that. Very interesting kind of like rhythm to figure out, that groove of the games. In my opinion, very enjoyable to learn. I wonder just how it goes for shield people, because as you guys saw in the last run, that the guy crouched and looked up to block a certain move. So I wonder if there's a specific trick to prevent yourself from getting hurt from specific attacks. Again, interesting, more specifics to use certain things correctly, which is nice, you know. Gotta be knowledgeable. This is why intel is important. And look, we find a fancy door. Oh, well, not fancy. Well, we go down this hole, right? And down this hole, we find a fancy ass door.
And I'm thinking to myself, oh my god, this looks like the entrance to a pyramid. We gotta see it. We gotta see it. He closes the door and runs away. I'm thinking to myself, nah, man, let's do this. Like mama didn't raise no bitches, man. Come on, we gotta see. We gotta see. We gotta see. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna hit it yet because I'm waiting for, you know, everybody to kind of commit. But he throws it at her, so I'm like, all right, we doing this shit. We doing this shit. We doing this shit. I'm trying to. My idea is trying not to bunch up. I want everybody to kind of just like be able to do their own thing safely, right? He runs straight for the door. I'm thinking to myself, this man literally just hold me. This man literally just hold me for real. Bitch made. And then I'm dead. The reason why it's funny is because I didn't even hit him. He did. But yeah, guys, that's going to be the end of the video.